Aimee was really ahead of her time. She was a Pharrell superfan. She loved pets, she loved water, she loved swimming, and some of my favourite memories with her are swimming together in Turkey, where our mum's from.
Adele's sister Aimee was a talented musician and artist who had grown up on an internet that took her from fan forums into far darker corners of the web.
Sadly, quite soon after Aimee had passed away in 2022, we found out from Thames Valley Police that she was on a forum that encouraged suicide. We also have found out after Aimee's death that the forum that she was on hosts a lot of incels and incel ideology. So we are really concerned that men who do not have women's interests of safety or well-being in mind are seeking out vulnerable women like my sister Aimee to pressure them and groom them into taking their lives.
The cause of Aimee's death is still to be determined by an inquest, but her body was found with a man she met on an extreme site who is now under investigation. This is the first time her family has spoken publicly about the concern that the 21-year-old's death was influenced by online harms. Today, the National Crime Agency have warned of a 6-fold increase in new malicious and malevolent male internet users coercing and manipulating young women into harm, abuse and sexual exploitation, with the age of perpetrators getting younger in the last 2 years. The NCA's new assessment shows that offending by 10 to 17-year-olds represented around half of all police-reported child sexual abuse crimes last year. It also revealed that over 710,000 adults in the UK pose varying degrees of sexual risk to children.
We see tech-enabled violence against women and girls as a really growing threat. Part of the reason we're highlighting the comm networks as part of our assessment today is to really highlight the threat we're seeing to teenage girls.
And can you explain in detail what a comm network is and how it works?
Well, comm networks are a sort of term we're using to describe a group of sadistic and violent online gangs. But we're seeing a mixture of offending on these platforms, from fraud and cybercrime to child sexual abuse and offenders commissioning violence over the internet.
All these threats are broad and manifest differently, but what connects them is growing misogyny, as displayed in the conviction of Kyle Clifford for the murders of Louise, Hannah and Carol Hunt. And the recent conviction of neo-Nazi Satanist Cameron Finnegan, jailed for terror offences and encouraging suicide online. Aimee's family says she died after extreme forums led her to a suicide substance sold globally by this man. Kenneth Law is now facing trial in Canada, accused of murder and encouraging suicide. He denies the charges. He is now linked to up to 90 deaths in the UK.
Any online harms that women are subject to are inherently tied to violence against women and girls and extreme misogyny that we are seeing in society, whether it is, the types of ideology that Andrew Tate perpetuates, or whether it is the type of sadistic violence that the NCA report has commented on today. All of these types of online harms are a risk towards women, and they need to be taken with the utmost seriousness.
Adele has written a book on the human cost of the digital world that has come at the greatest expense. Aimee's family are still waiting for answers from the investigation and inquest. Just what role did sadistic and misogynistic males online play in the death of the vulnerable artist they love and miss?
Simeon Brown reporting there. And if you or anyone you know have been affected by any of the issues raised in that report, you can find a range of places to seek help at channel4.com/support.